Evening, good afternoon, or whenever you are watching this. It is the DOUG here this time as it's setting the opening for the NBA playoff picks. Now, of course, I am a big sports fan, and the first thing I will say is congratulations to the Lakers, because I'm going to be honest, I didn't have the Lakers making it. So, okay, LA, the Lakers, you proved me wrong. Let's see if you can prove everyone wrong in the playoffs, though. That is right, the playoffs for the NBA start this weekend. Depending which team you're cheering for, you either be playing on April 21st or April 20th would be your first game of the regular NBA season. Well, playoffs. So let's start with the first game. By the way, if you do not know who the teams are in the playoffs, let me just give you the following. Miami Heat, number 1, followed by the Knicks, Pacers, Nets, Bulls, the Atlanta Hawks, Boston Celtics, and the Milwaukee Bucks in 8th. Miami Heat not only had the best conference record, but they also in the Eastern Conference, but they also had the best record in the NBA, so they are the overall number 1 seed. Over on the Western Conference, we got Oklahoma, San Antonio, Denver, Clippers, Grizzlies, Golden State Warriors, the Lakers, and the Houston Rockets. The Clippers clinched the 4th seed over the Grizzlies based on winning the Pacific Division, and the Lakers clinched the 7th seed by beating Houston. Not only beating the Houston Rockets last night, but also based on conference winning percentage. So here we go. Game number 1, first round Eastern Conference. It will be the Miami Heat taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah, I'm taking the Miami Heat on this one. I think they're going to sweep the Bucks. I think Miami will win. We'll go 4-0 and move on to the next round very easily. Game number 2. The Brooklyn Nets take on the Chicago Bulls. This one is a little interesting to me. And I say that because Chicago, yes, they're the 5th seed. They beat the Nets 3 times already this year. They beat them December 15th, 83-82. They beat them March 2nd, 96-85, and they beat them April 4th, 92-90. Oddly enough, the last time these two teams met in the playoffs, the Chicago Bulls won 3-0. Nets were in New Jersey at that time now. The only win the Nets have over the Bulls was February 1st, winning 93-89. Now for me, the biggest problem with the Bulls, I don't trust them I don't know how healthy they are. I don't know how well they're going to do. They're kind of that wildcard team. You want to take them, but you don't. And you know what? I'm going to take the Nets. I feel safer in that pit, in that realm of, I feel safe in that one, So hopefully, Brooklyn Nets do win it. If the Bulls do win, I would not be surprised. Now, just before I move on, I didn't say it for them. Heat have beat the Milwaukee Bucks 3 out of the 4 times this year, only losing once. And this is the first time these two teams have met in the playoffs. Just as a little history note for you guys out there. Up next, it is the Indiana Pacers taking on the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta is the 6th seed. Indiana's the 3rd seed. They tied in the regular season. They went 2-2. Atlanta won the first 2. Indiana won the last 2. Now, of course, the last time these two teams have met in the playoffs was back in 1996 in the Eastern Conference first round. Atlanta won that 3-2. But that was then. This is now. Atlanta Hawks can be a dangerous team, I will admit that. But I think the Indiana Pacers are definitely the better team on paper. And I'm going to take Indiana on this one. I think Indiana's going to win it in 6 games. I think Atlanta's going to put up a fight, but Indiana's going to win it in the end. And as far as for the Brooklyn and Chicago game, because I forgot to mention that as well, I do apologize. I think Brooklyn will win it in 5 games. Now the last one is the New York Knicks taking on the Boston Celtics. New York has beat Boston already this year 3-1. The only time Boston won was in the first meeting, January 7th. They've lost the other 3 meetings after that. And the last time these teams have met in the playoffs was not that long ago, 2011. Eastern Conference first round, Boston won 4-0. But this is a different New York team. And I will say this, Boston, I have no problems with you making it to the playoffs, and I do wish you well. Because I know you're going to be playing with your heart and soul on this because of what recently happened. You know, and I do wish them luck. Would I be surprised if Boston beats New York? No. I think out of all the games on this conference I'm doing right now in the Eastern Conference, Boston has the best shot to pull an upset. But it's their age, and if they're healthy enough, can they do it? I don't know. And I can't go and, thinking that. So I'm going to take the Knicks. I think they're better, and I don't have as too many question marks as I do with the Celtics right now. But like again I said, Celtics, they could do it. They could shock everybody and win this one. So don't be surprised on that. Now we're going to go to the Western Conference. We have Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Houston Rockets. They only played 3 times this year. Oklahoma City won those 2 games. 2 out of the 3 doing very well. Now, ironically enough, the last time these 2 teams met was back in '97, Western Conference semifinals. Houston won 4-3 over Seattle, who, remember, were originally the Thunder back then. In those days, they were called the Seattle Supersonics, which they are not anymore, as we know. So, could this be Houston's chance to show they still own their number technically in the playoffs? We shall see. But you know what? I am not betting against the Oklahoma City Thunder on this one. I got the Thunder. Definitely the better team on paper. Thunder's going to sweep this very easily. Win it 4-0. Alright, as far as for the Knicks and Boston, I'm going to say goes to Game 7. That's my guarantee. Next, San Antonio Spurs taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers, who I just said, made it, but they have way too many fucking question marks for me to pick them right now. You don't have Kobe Bryant. You got a lot of old players, and the only good thing is for you guys, San Antonio is the same thing. But San Antonio's Spurs know how to make it work. Now, San Antonio beat the Lakers 2 out of the 3 times this year they played. And unfortunately, though, the last time these 2 teams went in the playoffs was in the finals of in the 2008 Western Conference, which Lakers won 4-1. But that was then. I'm taking the Spurs on this one. I think they're the better team on paper. I'm going to be nice to Los Angeles, though, and say Spurs win it in 5 games. That is me being polite. Next, the Denver Nuggets versus the Golden State Warriors. This one's a tough one for me because Golden State, I have not really seen a lot of their work to know should I pick them or not. I cannot justifiably say if I should. With Denver, I've seen enough of their games to know how they play. And, by the way, in the regular season, Denver beat the Warriors 3 out of the 4 times they played. And this would be the first time these 2 teams have met in the playoffs, so it should be interesting to see what happens. I'm going to take the Nuggets. I feel safer with them. I like what they're doing. They had a good winning streak going on their own a few weeks ago. I say Denver wins it in 6 games. I think the Warriors will put up a good fight, but Denver's just too good. Alright, last one, a coin flip. Clippers taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. There's an evolution going in Los Angeles called the Clippers. Okay, they are taking over, baby. Better believe it. But this is a coin flip. I mean, Clippers are a good team, so are the Grizzlies, but Grizzlies, they have not scored a lot of 100 points. They do not have a lot of games with over 100 points. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can do that, because that's what they're going to have to do to win these playoff games. To get past the Clippers and move on and keep winning, they're going to have to score, they're going to have to be getting big points. Okay? Because if you don't hit 100, Clippers are going to blow you out of the water. Like I said, The Clippers beat them early in the season 3 times out of the 4. Now, the last time these two teams played, it went to Game 7 last year in the first round. Clippers won 4-3. You know what? I'm going to say the Clippers won it again. That is my pick. I'm going to take the Clippers. I think they're definitely the better team, but not by much. Because Memphis Grizzlies are dangerous, okay? And I'm going to say this goes to 7 games. If it goes to 7 games, Clippers, you may have the home game on May 5th, but I would be a little worried. Because these Grizzlies know what to do, okay? They are a team to deal with. Excuse me. And I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye on them. On that game. That's going to be my favorite one to watch. So, just as a recap of the first round picks, I had the Miami Heat, Brooklyn Nets, Indiana Pacers, the New York Knicks, the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Clippers, the Denver Nuggets, and the San Antonio Spurs all advancing to the conference semifinals. Let me know what you think of my picks. Do you agree with me, or are you going to be taking in a different team in the first round? Let me know what you think. And until next time, when I see you for more videos, this is the DOUG saying, have a good night, and enjoy the NBA playoffs starting this Saturday. Woo!